Well, hey, hello guys and girls and boys and girls. Right, I hope I'm in focus here. Probably a little bit low. There we go. That's a bit better. Hi, welcome back to the Daily Fix with me, Sean Paul Johnston. Lindsay's just off camera, by the way. She's right there. Right there. You can't see her hand. She's trying to wave at you. There's is that midget's hand there? There you go. Midget's the wrong word. A dwarf. There you go. Right there is a dwarf. Anyway. Guys, this is the last Daily Fix where I'm going to give you a clue for the competition to win a copy of Valkyrie. So if you've got PlayStation VR and you're wanting that, this is the one where you get the last clue. Then you can go in. There is now a link on Facebook as well. I put it into the competition thing. So you can go in there, and then as long as you've subscribed and you've got the other clues, once you get them all, you can put them in there, and then you get entered into the competition. And then I'll draw that tomorrow night. I'll announce the winner during the Daily Fix for tomorrow. So if you're up for that and you want it, then make sure you do that one. Remember, the whole idea of it is to bring you guys into the channel to check out the content. That's why I'm doing it. So just up front, it's me giving away a game that we're not playing here in the studio, but it's to get you guys to check out the content if you've not checked it before and see what you think of it. And hopefully you like it and you subscribe and you keep staying subscribed and enjoy the content going forward. So now that's out of the way, I wanted to talk about today just a single topic. Because this is live recording, I'm not going to do any images up here. You've probably seen plenty of them regarding this topic anyway. I'm just going to step it back a wee bit here. You've probably seen plenty of them anyway. But it's regarding Nintendo's Switch chat program that they've got for, it's now available for Splatoon 2 if you've got the game. We're waiting for ours, it should come tomorrow. But some people did get an early copy and they've been trying it out and testing it out. Now, I downloaded the app for my iPhone. I had a shot of it on the app. But it didn't do anything because you have to actually sync it up with the Switch itself, and once you sync it up, then you can start doing the voice chat and creating rooms and everything, or going into the lobby. So it's a little bit of an interesting one. Now the title I put there, Nintendo voice chat is disappointment, or is a disappointment, and it is. It's a disappointment. Nintendo has created such a cool device in the Switch, and they've got so much stuff right with it. Even their marketing's working really well. And they've managed to drop the ball in this one. It seems quite epically. You know, we can sit and look at stuff like the online side of things that is delayed until 2018. These things should have been in place. Things like browsers, things like apps, Netflix, all these kind of things. I've talked about this 100 times now, but these things should really have been in place. You can put all that to the side because they're kind of bonus, they're supplementary to the console, and it doesn't really affect the game itself, which is kind of what the voice chat is in the same position in some regards. However, the voice chat, especially when Nintendo's trying to push this is a console for online gaming and esports and everything, and considering it's already been done on things like the Nintendo 3DS, and it's been done on the Vita, it's been done on Xbox and PlayStation for the last couple of consoles, and this is something that, you know, I keep saying, there's people say that it doesn't matter about certain things, doesn't matter about apps like Netflix or anything because there's a million devices play them. And they're right. But at the same time, I always try to go back to a base level and think to myself, if this was your only console and you got it, let's say you're a 15-year-old kid and you got this as your only console for your 15th birthday, and this is the only console you're going to get for the next 5 years, would you be disappointed? And I think if you're just playing the games, you wouldn't be disappointed. I think it's been fine for that sense. But the voice chat thing it's like a step backwards. You know, I think if you're going to do it properly, or don't even bother. And I think that's what Nintendo's went wrong with this app. You know, I showed off way back about 3 weeks ago in the Daily Fix. It was the Splatoon 2 headset from Hori. And, you know, as cool as that looked, you could change the plates on the side of the ear bits. And as cool as that was, and as quirky as the little squid-shaped connector thing was, it's just clunky. And, you know, imagine this is your Switch, having a cable from this going into that, another cable coming from that going into your phone, and then a cable from that going into your ear, like your headphones. That's just messy, you know, and I don't think it's designed for portable use. Obviously it is, but I don't think it's really designed for that. And I think anyone that's looking into or talking about it just now, I think that's the general consensus, is that it's overly convoluted for a simple solution, and Nintendo should really have had a much better solution for this. Now they've said obviously it's for privacy and all this kind of stuff. I think that's a bunch of bollocks, to be honest. I think the privacy side, we have got the Nintendo parental app, so you can do all that kind of stuff from the app. You don't need to do it in a piece of the hardware or the tech. I think realistically, it's a hardware issue. Nintendo's probably worried about the fact that the controllers are using Bluetooth and the connection itself, the fact that it's not a powerful machine. They've maybe got some stuff to iron out with the online sides of it. We're still waiting for the online service. And I think they're just not ready for it. I think they've just rushed this part, and the machine's maybe going to take a performance hit if it tries to do it all through the console itself, even though it shouldn't, because it is a generation essentially ahead of the Vita, and it should be good enough to do voice stuff from the actual machine. So you should just be able to plug in a headset with a mic on it and do everything from that. You shouldn't have to connect up mobile phones and everything. Now, at the same time though, there's a couple of things that I want people to really think about. You know, as frustrating as it is. Stop squeaking that chair, squeaking with squeakers in.
You won't hear it anyway. I've not got. It's not
Can't hear it. Anyway, what I was saying, yeah, a couple of things I want people to take into consideration when you're thinking about this. As frustrating as it is, for me personally, like this is just my personal opinion, and I know there's going to be a demographic of gamers like me, but there's obviously everyone else as well. Me personally, I don't care about it as much as I'm moaning about it just now. I'm just moaning more the fact that they got it wrong when they got something so right. So for the actual thing itself, I don't really care. I hardly ever play games online, and even if I do, I very rarely use the chat. So for me, it's a non-issue. It's something that I'm not going to use. And it's it's on the side of the camera, and she's stretching her legs or something, and she's standing like this.
I've got pins and needles.
So I looked to my side, and she's at the side doing that, like with her back to me. She's like. Anyway, for me, you know, we've got things like, I think if you're seriously into doing voice chat, like a lot of people have said, why not just use Discord or Skype or something like that? And I think that's the reality of it. I think possibly Nintendo's even thinking along that themselves. And I think they may have a solution maybe down the line. Maybe they've got something they can do down the line. You know, we did see the supplemental computing device that was in the patents that Nintendo put out. And there's a possibility that that's what that covers. Maybe it does something where you can put it into your dock via USB, and that handles all that side of it. So you get the connection, and you can do it all from there, and that takes some of the processing away from trying to do it in the Switch. So again, still clunky, it should have been there from the start, but maybe that's one of the solutions. But yeah, going back to the Discord thing, I think if you really seriously are wanting to do voice chat, just go and use that. Then don't even waste your time on this. Even though you got the lobbies and stuff, I don't think it's really necessary right now if you're using something like Discord. That's a better solution. It's more refined, and people are enjoying that side. So go and use that. I think this one here, it's really only if you've only got that option to do it. And I don't think people are that bored about it, to be honest, myself anyway. The other thing I was going to say was, obviously, if you're going out and you're using the mobile app, now there's people who have tested it already. They've tested the online app, the voice chat app, and what they're saying is you have to have the screen on. So when you plug it in, you've got to leave your screen on whilst it's using the app. So it's draining people's batteries really, really quick. Again, that's an issue. If you're streaming the game and you're using your data from that, and you're also doing the voice, your battery's going to die quickly. To me, I think Nintendo must know this. Nintendo must know it's a flawed solution. And I think this is possible why they've delayed the online aspect, because maybe that is part of it. So I'm interested to see what happens with the online thing for next year. We'll get more and more info as that comes closer. I think they've really screwed up with this side of things. But unless you're a massive gamer and you've not got options like a PC where you can do Discord or your phone or something, it's not really that big a deal in the grand scheme of things. So I think, you know, as frustrated as we are in Nintendo, they always seem to do this. They do something really amazing, then they do some screw up somewhere. But I think the fact that they're kind of pushing forward and they're getting things kind of worked out, there's positives there, and there's optimism there that down the line they'll get something right. The only other thing I wanted to tell you about today, but that was the main focus, was there was an image came out online. I can't remember who actually did it, but it was something for the N64 that looks like there's going to be also an N64 Mini Classic. So it looks to me like Nintendo's going through their console range. They've done the NES Mini Classic, the SNES Mini Classic, which comes out in September, I think it is, and now potentially an N64 Mini Classic. And then who knows, maybe we'll finally get that GameCube Mini Classic or some form of GameCube retro version or something like that. But I think Nintendo's going to go through all their consoles, right up to the Wii U even, but right up to the Wii at least. And they're going to have all these mini versions of them. And what they'll do is, that's the option for people that don't have the consoles. And then anyone that does have the Switch or whatever, they'll be able to then download versions of these online. So quite interesting. So it'll be interesting to know what games were the top, let's say 20, 30 games for the N64. Because that's probably the games that they'll do with it if it is a real thing. So get checking out there if anyone knows what's the top 30 games or the top highest rated games. Was there any games that were in pre-production that never got finished that everyone knew about that weren't released, that might be released if it's a Nintendo title as well? There was something else I was going to tell you guys about as well with regards to the Switch and the online app. And I was thinking about it and it made loads of sense, but I've totally forgot about it. Right, let's think about the word we're going to do for this daily fix for the competition. The word I'm going to give you is for the final one. By the way, there's a couple of people watching. I don't know who's watching, but hi if you're watching. Cheers for tuning in. The final clue I'm going to give you is, since we're on Nintendo and Splatoon and with the voice chat, let's go with, let's have a think about this. So we've got the 3 other clues. I'm trying to think of what it is. What should we go with? Let's go with squid. There we go, squid. Yeah, squid. So your final clue for the competition to win eValkyrie is squid. And you should have the other 3 if you go back and check the other ones. One was on Lindsay's stream last night, and the other 2 were for the daily fixes on Monday and Tuesday. And tomorrow, well, the link's going to be up so you can actually enter now, but tomorrow I'll announce the winner. So jump on the link, I'll put it in the description as well. Jump in there, put all the answers in, make sure you're subscribed to the YouTube channel, and then tomorrow I'll announce the winner. And don't be a dick and subscribe and then cancel. That's just arsey. You know, I'm doing this to build the channel, guys, and I'm hoping you enjoy it. So support the channel if you want to support it. If you know you're just coming in here for a free game, then it's a bit crap. But anyway, that's it for this one, guys. I'm looking forward to tomorrow. It's my last day of work. Yes! Oh, and good news as well, guys. I'll tell you about it maybe when I come back from up north. But the big man's back on the bike again. That's not a youth and whatever. It's basically, I've got a new bike that I'm getting. It's a Kawasaki ZX-10R. It's an older model because I had to get a second hand just due to insurance reasons. But it's an old model, ZX-10R 2006 silver. Go and check it out. I'm going to be back on the roads. I'll probably die or something as soon as I get it. But hey, what are you going to do about it? Anyway, that's it for this one, guys. Thank you for watching. Remember, we're just a bunch of small fries trying to create big things. Peace.